Hello and welcome to the new Tableau dashboard tutorial, and in this tutorial I want to show you a slightly advanced dashboard which allows you to do the last month versus current month versus last month comparison. So what we have as part of the requirement of this dashboard, as you can see, there are some KPIs like revenue KPI, the orders KPI, and the KPI for the profit for the superstore sales, which is a data set that has the information about the different products that is getting sold via a superstore. And within this data, how much revenue that is coming compared to the last month, are we improving or declining? So it shows that with the red indicator, it shows that negative 28% we have gone down. And then down below, it shows you the actual figure, which is November. You have $118,000. And in December you have $85,000. So clearly in December your sales have gone down, which is 28%. The same thing is over here, orders and the profit, and you have the figures for both, how much it has gone down in terms of percentage and actual values. Also for the revenue, it is an important KPI. So the requirement was given that what we need to have is the for each of the day, how much sales has happened. So on Sunday, on November and December, how much sales happened. On Monday, how much sales happened. On Tuesday, how much sales has happened. So we have given that comparison as well, right? So clearly it is showing you the monthly comparison, but within the month, in each of the day, how much sales has happened is also it's been given over here. So that is another level of comparison which was requested. Then down below, it's been asked that in each of the product category, how many orders we are getting and what are their contributions. So clearly the office supplies orders are really high, right? Same way, we the management wants us to show how much delivery is happening in each of the ship mode. So clearly standard class is where most of the delivery, like 60% of the deliveries are happening. So they want to understand, let's say for different product category, for different ship mode, and the filters being given over here, right? So with that we can filter and we can get this information for the given filter. Then down below we have they have given us the requirement of what are our low selling or top selling products, right, in each of these categories. And then we have the top selling products by states. So within these states, what was the sales? This is based on our top selling products. But then what is our profit and what is the quantity associated with these top selling product is something we want to show, or they have requested us, because if you see, especially in example like Illinois, where the sales is high, which is $1890 for the current month, but the profit is negative, right? So something to worth highlight to show what is really happening, because more than the negative profit is more than the sales that has happened. So maybe return from the old orders that may have happened, and because of that, the negative profit has been shown. So that's the overall dashboard that we have. As you can see, it is a very clean layout with the good choice of colors in terms of what is being, in terms of what to show in a dashboard. Also, we have a proper banner, we have a slice, or we have filters over here, and the relevant dashboard items that we can show, right? So that is something I want to show you how we can build it step by step, and probably it will going to be a little bit long, close to like 1 hour tutorial. And then I want to show you the first thing first is the data set, so that you know where the data set is. So data set link is in the description, and what you will going to get is this link where this data set sheet is present. And on the row number 19, you will find the Superstore data set, which you can download, and you will going to create a dashboard like this, right? So along with this data set information, what I have is, if you want to take, or if after doing this workshop with me, if you want to take more examples with more advanced features on Tableau, either on Tableau or on Power BI, then you can look at these trainings which I have given, and then reach out to me on my email ID, which is also in the description and will be highlighted on this video, so that you can get to know more about it. What I have is the 10 industry examples which is very, very useful from finance, from sales, from healthcare. All of these different examples, sports example is there, so that if you're doing analytics in any of that in these industries, you will have one ready-made solution available. Also, you can use it as your portfolio project as well as a project if you are getting a case study from your next prospective employer. You can take these examples and create dashboards. So if you want to attend that, feel free to reach out to me, and if you have questions, we can talk about it. Okay, coming back over here. So the first thing first is the data set. So what we will do, we will start from scratch so that I can show you step by step how we can do it. So first thing first is I will say file and I will say new, and what I'm doing, all of this is in a Tableau public so that you can also follow it along very easily. All right, so here I am in the new workbook and I'm clicking on connecting data in Microsoft Excel, and under my Tableau repository also you can find it, but the example or the scenario that I'm using, which is over here in my YT folder, I will double click on here and I will basically get the data imported in just a couple of seconds. Tableau will not connect to the data source. Okay, might get corrupt. All right, well, not an issue. What I can do for this example, then I can even choose these sample superstore from here, which is the similar data set. Your figures will be little bit different because what Tableau does is it keeps on changing the data set, which is the Tableau, official sample data set, right? As and when the year is changing or the software is changing. But the whole thing is that you will going to find the similar information in the data set which I have shared. For some reason, it was working a few days back when I have created this example, but now it is not working. So anyways, the main thing is we need to know all of these different fields like sales, which is revenue, profit, and orders is something what we have, right? So all of that is something which is available to us and we can create this. So you have two ways. You can get it download from there if you are facing the similar issue, and you can follow this option as well, which I have shown you. All right, with that information, the first thing first what we need is because we need to show the current month. Now if I show you the order, right, so we have 2021, 22, 23 and 24, and if I expand this, these are the quarters, these are the month, right? 2024 latest month is what? December, that is being shown over here. So we need to get November and December information for 2024, but it needs to be dynamic and formula driven because we cannot show this entire structure. We need to show directly the information of December, which is the latest month, and then based on that the previous month for the comparison charts. So the first thing first you will always do is create a calculated field for the latest day. Why latest day? Because with the help of latest day and the Tableau date functions, we can get all the other values like latest month, latest year, previous year, and all of that. I will show you in few minutes how you can do that, and that is very simple within curly bracket, which is a scenario which is saying that we are using the fixed LOD. Why fixed LOD? Let me also tell you. Max order date. Okay, this is very, very important to understand. So what happens is when we have this maxed order date within curly bracket, it says that it is a fixed LOD. So we can say fixed and max order date. Still the calculation is valid. What happens is this is at the data set level because we have not specified any field. This is at data set level. It is saying that always get us one latest date. What may happen is if we are not doing this, what may happen is, let's say for example we have state. So in the location we have state, city. In one city we have the maximum order date of December, but in another city, let's say we have the maximum order date of November, because after November either the store has shut down or product is not available, whatever may have happened, the maximum date will be vary based on the city, based on the subcategory, based on the manufacturer. But when we apply this fixed LOD, it always makes sure that at the data set level, it will have only one latest date. And that is why we are doing that. So whenever you need a latest date, which is one latest data set, one latest date at the data set level, you will always have to do this. If you have any more question, I've tried to give you the scenario, but if you have any more question, feel free to ask me in comments. So with that, what I will show you is, see, it has been 2024, and if I show you the exact date, 12/30/2024 is the latest date when anywhere in any of the dimension the purchase have happened by the customer. So this is why we need latest day. Okay. So with this latest day, I can always find the month. Why? How? Because if you see where I have latest day over here and exact date, 12 I can extract that with the help of month function. Year I can extract with the help of the year function, right? All of that I can easily extract, and I'll show you how we can do that. Now we have this. Let me show you a formula to get the latest month sales. All right. So I will say if function, if year, why I'm doing here, I will show you. If year of order date is equals to the year of latest date, right, and month of order date is equals to the month of latest date. So this is a formula we are creating where we are saying that we need the latest month sale, but December as a month will be available in 2024, 2023, 2022 and 2021 in all the previous years. So we also want to make sure that when we are saying give us the latest month, but for the latest year as well, right? Then sales and calculation is valid. The only thing we need to do, we need to wrap it under the sum. So what is happening? Give us the latest year and latest month sale. This is how I will read it in English. Give us the latest year, latest month sales and do the sum of it. That's it. Latest month sale. Once I have latest month sale, I can duplicate. What I can say, right click, edit, rather than sales, I can say profit, because now I can go and say profit. So sales is nothing but revenue. Now I have latest month profit as well. I will duplicate, edit, and quantity, which is the quantity that is being ordered, and I can say quantity, and we are done. So you can see we have to just figure out the one function and then we can create the other basically formulas very easily. Now we have the latest month, right? What I will do, I will show you how we can create the previous month with this. So previous month, why I am doing that? Because when we will create the previous month calculation for these three, we have to write this formula, which is month of latest day minus 1 and click OK. So if I bring this, what it gives you is the 11, right? And we can, rather than anywhere, if we do sum or anything, not an issue, but what it will always give is 11. 11 is nothing but November. Now what I will do is I will again duplicate this and I will go and say edit. Rather than latest month sale, I will say previous month sales. And over here, month of order date, I have to say simply the previous month. That's it. And okay. Because we have already created previous one. Now I can duplicate this 2 times. One for profit and one for quantity. And I'll add it. Previous month profit. And over here, simply profit. Click OK. Previous month quantity. I will change the name QUANTITY, and this also quantity, and click OK. Alright, so now we have these two with the current month and previous month. Now we can show the percentage growth or decline from current month and previous month. For that, I will again create a calculated field, sales MOM, month over month percentage. So what is that? Latest month sales minus previous month sales, entire thing divided by previous month sales, right? That is a base. So everything is fine. Click OK. This is sales MOM. Now we can create what? Profit MOM percentage. Latest month profit minus previous month profit. Wrap it within the brackets and divided by previous month profit. Click OK. Now finally quantity MOM percentage. So that is your within bracket latest month quantity minus previous month quantity divided by previous month quantity, and we can check one of the values. Profit MOM percentage negative 1.10%, right? That is something good. So we have all of this, right? We have profit, we have sales, and all of that. Now, if you remember from our dashboard, which is over here, we have these icons as well, right? So this icon is based on if it is negative, then go down. If it is positive, then go up. So we need to know whether our sales growth, profit growth, quantity growth is negative or positive. So for that, I will create one more field. Sales growth, negative or positive. So for that, I have sales MOM percentage, right, is greater than 0 or less than 0. What it basically gives us is a true false. If it is greater than 0, it is true, that means positive. If it is false, that means it is negative. So question mark is this, or we can say sales improved, which is, I think, much more meaningful. Sales improved. Similar way, we will say profit improved, which is profit MOM. So you can see how many calculations we have created in just few minutes, right? Profit improved, and finally what we have is quantity improved. Quantity MOM is greater than 0, and we are good. So if you see, I'll show you false, because in the backend the quantity have gone down, and that is why it is showing that it is below than 0, because it is percentage. Now what we need is, we need the indicator that will show us the positive and negative. So for that, we can say sales positive indicator, or simply sales positive, or we can say sales positive icon, right? If sales improved, it will always true and false. So here it will say true or false. Since we are saying sales positive, that means sales improved, or we can say sales improved icon as well, or sales positive icon. Now where the icon will come? For icon, what I need to do is I need to come over here, and where I need to go is the alt codes. Okay, so in the alt codes, what do we have is basically, if you see the icons, positive and negative, right? So always remember this website alt codes. Simply click on this and it will be copied. So over here in the single quotation, and I'm saying and apply and OK, and this is positive, and I will say duplicate sales negative icon, right click, edit, sales decline icon, we can say that as well, sales positive, sales decline icon. If not sales improved, then we need an icon, close this one. All right, so this is important. Not is saying that not true or not false. So in this case, it will always show what is whether it is not improved or not, whether it is not true, then show this and click OK. So where is that sales decline icon? If you see, sales positive icon is not coming, only decline icon is coming, because we know that sales have declined, right? So I can duplicate this 2 times now. Now you know how we can create it, and then I will show you how you can configure it within this sales. Now I will say profit, I think I have not created, we have created profit improved. Profit improved, I think question mark is not present, that is why I think it's doing that. Profit improved, and this one is quantity improved. Quantity, and we will simply say quantity improved and click OK. Right? Now we will do the same thing with decline icon. One for profit, one for this thing. Sales profit. If not profit improved, then this. And sales decline icon, and this will be quantity decline icon, and we will say quantity improved. If not quantity improved, which means false, then this. All right, so we have this. Now we will say revenue KPI, because we have everything that we need. So we have the current month sales, which is current month revenue, and that is the latest month sales, right? We have latest month sales 85,175. I think this is what I was showing here as well, 85,175. But don't worry, if you are following this and your data set is little different, perfectly fine. Or if you are even applying it on a different data set altogether, the logic and everything will be fine. If your data is like this, where you have dates and you are following this. So first thing first is this. Then we have the icon. So positive and negative, we need both the icons, because only one icon will be present at one go or one time. Because only one situation will be either true, it will be either true or false. So sales decline icon, sales improved or positive icon, this one, always keep it like that. And then what we have is we have the percentage. So where is the percentage? sales month over month percentage, which is this one. Now it is coming like this. We need to improve it. First of all, let's make it entire view. Entire view, it is coming like this, and then over here we will make it left aligned. So now from alignment it is left. Now we will go inside the text, okay, and we will create one space. So first of all, Control X, select this, Control X, and we will put it here, which is the very first thing, right? And we will make it little bit big, let's say 20, and we will make it semi-bold. So 85, 175, right? Then we will give one space, okay? See, the space has come. And then if you see, we have indicator. That means these two indicators will come. Control X, sales positive or sales decline. Any one of that will come, right? And then beside to that we have this. I'll give some space, 3 spaces, and paste the MOM percentage and click apply. And if you see, this is how it is coming. Now what we will do is, for sales decline icon, I will select only this and I will say red. For sales positive icon, I will select this and I will say green and click apply. And now you can see it is coming. One last thing which I will do is, I will format this percentage, which is this percentage icon. I will say expand that, click on this sales MOM percentage, format, within the pane, make sure we are within the pane, percentage, negative, and we will say 28, 1%, 1 decimal over here. So this way our KPI is now ready, right? So if you see, this is exactly what we did over here. Same thing we are doing it over here. Make sure you save your work here. Alright, so we have the first KPI set with us. I will simply right click and before I go, I will also just make sure that this is also properly aligned. So I will double click over here. I will say semi-bold and I will only give it 10 and I will choose this color. If you are wondering what this color is, I will give you the color code, which is orchid from this basically code. And I think the color code will also present somewhere down there. Okay. If not, then orchid is what the color code is based on which I'm selecting. Click OK. Apply, and I get revenue KPI, right? Or we can simply say revenue. I don't think KPI. KPI is just there for revenue KPI, which is fine. Now I will duplicate this and we will call it what? Profit KPI. So the thing is, it will automatically change. That is why we want to make sure that on the first sheet we do all the formatting so that we don't lose it. Now we don't want to lose this thing also. We don't want to go again and again and go in text and do this piece, right? So what we will do is, we will create some space for us and we will double click, and rather than saying latest month sales, we will say latest month profit. Yeah, nothing has changed. Sales decline icon, we will say profit decline icon. Sales positive icon, we will say profit positive icon, and then rather than sales MOM percentage, we will say profit MOM percentage, the 2 percentages. So this is something which I have basically learned over a period of time in terms of how we can quickly do that. Rather than creating a new sheet, doing that stuff again and again, you simply have to go in and do this piece. So this is what my experience, which I'm telling you, like within 1 minute we have done that. Now let's do the same thing for order or quantity KPI, right? So that way you only spend time with the first one and then you continue to make changes as per the need of your KPIs. Yeah, rather than profit, we will say quantity decline icon and profit quantity decline positive icon, and rather than profit, we will say quantity MOM percentage and remove this extra and done. There you go. We are done here with the KPI creation. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to create charts which is for the current month versus latest previous month, which is November and December. If you see November and December, which is going with these three KPIs. And after that, what we need is this chart, which is again November and December, but by different weekdays. So important part is that how we can create latest month versus previous month charts, which is showing you only 2 months, and it will continue to show as the month is changing. So for this, what we need is a calculated field CM and PM, current month and previous month. In Indian context, I was laughing because CM is Chief Minister and PM is Prime Minister. All right, with that, I will say if year of order date is equals to the year of latest date, and now within brackets, because we need to do two conditions, current month and previous month, month order date is equals to the month of latest day, or because we need 2 months, so we will say month of order date is equals to the previous month, right? And then true, else false, and this calculation is valid. What I can do is I can bring this or part down below, then part down below, true, else, false, and finally and, just so that you can read it easily. If year is the latest year and the month of order date is the current month, month of order date is previous month, and this is OR condition because we need both, then true, else false. So we simply need to choose true, right? So I'll create a new sheet, put it down, put it over here and simply say true. Now over here I will choose order date. I think order date will come over here, and this will be the month December and November, right? And what we need is revenue, so we will put sales over here, or I will say sales over here. Some reason it is going weird. And so we have 2024 December and 2024 November, right? So we can make like this, or we can say entire view as well, right? And then right click and format. We don't need these grid lines, which is the column grid lines. So I'll come over here in the columns, in the grid lines, I will say none. So all of these grid lines will be gone. So November 2024 and December 2024. And if I come over here in the dashboard, we have November and December only. So the way you can do that is simply by clicking over here. So this is a continuous and this is a categorical month. That is why it is only giving us December and November, right? Size, I will dim it down a lot. Yeah. And we don't need this. Right click and uncheck the show header. However, we need labels, so I will say show labels and inside, so that way it is near, so that it will not go very far. Okay, and then what we need is the current month and previous month in a two different colors. So for that, over here the month, I will hold down the command or control key and put this over here. So now we have the two colors. I will just hide this, but then we can choose different color by going into edit color. And November, if I go over here, November, and edit color and double clicking it over here, so this is the color cantaloupe within the color chooser. So let me go over there November, and there you go. Click OK. For December, I will go and choose Orchid. Okay, okay. Now those two colors that we have chosen, we are choosing the same thing, and we don't need this. We'll hide the title. We don't need this, so we'll right click and say hide it for labels. So this way, our revenue CMPM chart, right? Current month, previous month. Now I will simply say duplicate. Now rather than sales, I will say this as profit. Profit. Right click, uncheck show header. Very easy, right? And because what I'm showing you is we need to do the entire work in the first chart itself. That's it. And then we have what? Quantity. So quantity is over here. All right. And right click and uncheck show header, and everything is coming properly aligned. So make sure you save your work, and then next thing what we need to do is right click and say duplicate. We need to turn this around, and this is basically what we need for revenue. So I will duplicate the revenue. I'll delete this revenue current month and previous month. I will just duplicate that. Okay, because what we need is basically the different all the months and the weeks, weekdays. So on the rows, the grid lines are coming. I don't need it. So I'm going into the rows and unchecking the grid lines. Okay. We don't need the order date. So I'll hide that as well. So to bring that information of weekdays, what I'll do is I will just click on this. Right now, what it has done, it has gone down to days level. But I'll choose over here, go more and choose weekday. Right. And right now, it is separated by November and December, but as per our requirement, we need like this, right? For Sunday sale, Monday sale, Tuesday till the Saturday. So all of that will be easily coming, right? So only thing is the grid lines. I want to just trim it down a little bit. So these grid lines, I'll just see over here in the sheet, we have this color. All right, I think I will leave it this one as it is right now for just to show that these are the separation which is happening. The next thing is what we need to do is we need to create rest of the other charts where they are. These are these contribution charts. So these are going to be fairly easy. So first thing first is order classification. We have done everything till here. Perfect. Yeah, over here also I have kept it like this. The only thing which I have not shown is this header down below. So I can remove this header. So for removing that header, go to format. In these borders, say none, and it's gone. Yeah. Okay. So revenue, CMPM 2. It's okay. Now I need to bring the product category because we need to show the product classification, and we are showing the orders, right? So here is the order, or I can show it over here, count of orders. It's already count, and over here along with that, so we need percentage as well, right? So within the orders, this one percentage of total gives us office supplies 60%, and we can bring one more time this one text and then come to show me and click on this. So it automatically gives us this one, these two formulas or these two measures side by side. The only thing which I will do, I will drag this up above the percentage of total. So count of orders will come and this one will come, percentage of count of total will come later. So what I can do is I can right click also and say orders count, just so that it is percentage, right? So that way it is quite intuitive. Okay, this is order count and it is the percentage of orders, or we can say order percentage. Right click, edit alias, and say orders percentage. Okay, so that way I'll just give it some space, and that way it will be all good. And over here, yeah, this much is fine. So over here, if I show you order classification, so what we can do is we will simply click on this and say order classification. This will be Tableau semi-bold, select that and then say semi-bold 10, and the color will going to be this, and click apply. Yeah. Orders category, and I will right click and say duplicate orders ship mode, right? Because simply I need to do, rather than category, I have to get the ship mode over here, because once you know the requirements, it will be all easy. Now it is not working because all of these calculations are basically working based on this, based on the furniture categories. That is why it is not working. Okay, so what do I need? Anyway, I basically need to remove this, because that is the main criteria of removing, getting all the calculation and measures, and then bring the ship mode over here, right? And then I will say percentage of total, and then bring the order count again, click over here, yeah, and then we can do the same thing, right click, edit alias, order percentage, and order count is already there. Okay, so I will just drag this down so that it is consistent. Ship mode classification. All right, orders ship mode. Now what we need is, we need to duplicate this orders category, we need to create the donut, right? So for this we have this particular values, so I'll remove that, because what we need is these two values, and convert this into a pie chart. Okay, so what it shows you is 60%, 21, 18, right? We don't need this. I will hide that, and I'll hide that, right? So what is happening over here is, I will click on the entire view, and here is a small thing which I will do, which is a dummy calculation. So what is dummy calculation? Which is min 0, min 0. What it is doing, it is creating two pie charts, first pie chart and second pie chart. For the second pie chart, I will remove everything to create a donut impression. Now it is blank circle. In the blank circle, I will simply say this white, and for the first pie chart, I will increase the size. Yeah, and then over here I will right click and say dual axis, and I will right click and uncheck show header, and also we need to remove these grid lines, so I will right click, format, and over here we say row divider none, we say column divider none, so it's gone, and over here we say zero line none, so zero lines is also gone. Only thing is, I will show the labels, which is showing you the percentage, and I will also show the labels category, control Z, the category over here, which basically sometimes is very meaningful, but since we have these categories here also available, one can very easily reference that. But in my dashboard, if you see, I have shown it like each of these categories, how we can show it. So to do that, it's actually quite easy. What I can do is I can bring category over here in detail, and then I will change it to a label, and then count of orders, I will also bring it, I will bring count of order also on the detail, and I will change this also on a label. So if you see, the labels are coming. That way we can, customize as much as we want. So we have category, and category needs to come first. So I will bring this count of order below. So this thing will come down below. Perfect. Okay. Once we have that, then what I can try doing it is duplicate, and let me see if I can get this by ship mode. I think I will going to get an error. Perfect. Ship mode. Yeah, so as soon as I do that, it basically creates that error which I was assuming it will do. So I will right click and delete, right click, duplicate, and I will have to do the same thing again. Simply go over here, click on a pie chart, make it entire view, yeah, and then that min 0, it can be min 0, it can be average 0, whatever you want, you can get it. This is simply to get the 2 pie charts. Color is white. The first one is this. Right click, dual axis, right click, uncheck the show header, we don't want that. Right click, format, and what we need is over here, row divider, we don't want that. Column divider we don't want, and over here in the grid lines, 0 line we don't want, so 0 line is also gone. Yep. Then we need to show the labels, yeah, and then we also need to show ship mode on detail. We need to show count of orders over here, and this will go to label, yeah, and this will also go to label. Perfect. All right. The only thing which I will do is I will hide this card and I will hide this card. Okay. And same thing over here. So you can see how easy and straightforward it is to create these calculations, which is very, very easy and meaningful. And it is important that we know all of these steps, so that, or basically we should basically create all of these things very, very easily. Perfect. What's next? All right, so we have done this part. The next part is low selling, top selling products. So we need to top selling products, right? And top selling states. So I'll just double click that. It is irritating me. Selling states. Okay. So low selling products, top selling products. We first create this chart. So for that, what do we need is product name, right? So product name, and we have what over here? These are nothing but the sales value, if you see. So just to show you that these are the sales values. And once we want to know the top selling products and all, it will be for the current month, right? So for that, what we need is the latest month. So where is the latest month or the latest day? Here is the latest day. Okay. And months, next, December. Make sure you check that. And then what we need is we need to go to product, filter, top. We need top 5, top 10, all of those different types of products, right? I think I've chosen the 5 over here. So what we need is top 5 products, and click apply and OK. So over here, what we get, top 5 products. But what is happening is it is ignoring this filter, which is the latest day filter. So why I can say that is because we do not have any product who has sales this much high into the month, and we can do that by doing a comparison over here, where we can say latest day and we can say months. Next, December. Okay, and then what we have is the product name, all members, and sales, right? And if I sort it, so in the month of December, well, looks like we have it, 61,000. I was wrong. I thought we don't have anything. So that means it's working perfectly, right? So what I meant, what I was about to do is, in many situations, what happens is the top filter basically overrides this particular filter. So we basically create a context in this case, and then we get out. But it is working fine, so we don't have to do anything. All right, so I'll just create this product name filter. Hold on. And we should be, oh, that is like too big. I don't want to do that. Okay, and we have top selling products. This is Tableau, semi-bold, 10, and this, and click OK. Yeah. So this is this. Usually what I do is I'll always make it entire view so that we can squeeze it. We can call it top selling products. Right click, duplicate, and now what we need is the bottom selling products, or bottom selling, top and bottom. So over here again I will go in edit filter. Rather than top over here, we will say bottom and click apply. Yeah, and click OK. So we have these bottom selling products, which is basically having the low value of the sales. So once we have these two, right, we can then create the last chart, which is basically by state. So what do we have is, and double clicking, and I'm saying bottom selling. And top selling states. Okay, so what do we have is the state over here. Yeah, and then we have the sales. I remember I have also chosen the profit and quantity, and then I have chosen this one to properly show it, profit, sales, quantity. And then for sales promise, what I have done is in the top, sales sum. Click OK. The only thing which I will do is in this case is latest day is something which I will going to apply. I should have actually applied it first, December, and click OK. Yeah, so if you see, this is something which is creating a challenge once we basically apply everything. Now in this case, as you can see, if I don't even apply it, it is not changing. So what I do is, I wanted to actually show you that situation. So in this case, what we do is we click on add to context, right? And when we do add to context, it basically gets this one, this filter basically gets applied first into the overall scheme of the things, and then rest of the information comes. So if I bring sales first over here, sales, profit, and quantity. All right, and one thing I am observing that it is not changing, and I realize that it is only the month. So what it has done is, I have chosen the month, so that is why it has taken the month of all the years, right? So what I needed is, actually I removed that first, move it, month and year, December 2024, and not just December. And now let me apply it, add to context, month, latest day, and this should be it. Now I see that it will only have any challenge with top 10 sum of sales, which is also okay. My expectation is that it should go down, because I know that in my dashboard which I have created, it has gone. But anyways, what we are doing is we are making sure that all of our measures are correct and as per the expectations that is basically going on within this categories. The only thing which I can do is to check is I can create the same thing, state and the sales, right, and I order it. Now you can see without filter also it is showing. This was something is wrong with what's been done over there. And I have the latest day and month, year, next, and click OK. So that is this, and over here filter, top, down, and apply, and what I get is this. And if I add to context, then also it is giving me the output. So looks like we are getting the output that is based on the filter. Only one last thing, because I'm still not very satisfied, and you know, when you are not very much satisfied with the output, you should do all of these steps just to make sure that the data you are getting is correct. So what I've done is I have manually now added it, and you can see for December 2024 we are getting a different output than this one. That means something is really wrong, right? Otherwise we should have got this output. So what we will going to do is I will not delete it right now, but I will just first thing first which I will do is I have state province. I will remove everything. I will remove this. This is my basic, right? And this is my sorted information. So just to correct this behavior a little bit in a better way, what I can do is I can duplicate this as I'm brainstorming with you, year, order date, and I will say that I don't need this. So it becomes latest month, and we will call it what? Latest month. Click OK. And I will bring the latest month over here and I will say true and click OK. Now it is perfect. And now I can go and I can say filter, top, sum of sales. I was not very satisfied, honestly. That's why I thought I'll do that. Something slightly different compared to what I did in my original dashboard. Looks like this is much more perfect solution than what I did. So we have this, then we have profit, and we have sales. We have quantity. So all of that will come together over here like this. I will bring sales at the top because that's what we want to show first. I'll do the same thing over here. I'll remove this and I will bring latest month as true. And with that, as expected, the values have gone. The product names are there, filter, top, sales, 5, what we need, apply, and OK. Looks like we need to add this into a context, because what may happen is you have only 2 in this case, which is a top selling product. So product name is what we are adding it into the context. Actually, let me take that back over here. Remove context. Why? Because on this the top 5 is applying, but what needs to apply first is this context filter, and then I think we should get top 5 values. So add to context 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I basically incorrectly did that because we need to make sure that first we have the filtered output, then we have the top 5 values. Before that it was happening opposite. So we have this same thing. We can do it over here. Latest month, we can apply it, true, click OK, and we can say add to context, and then we have the 5 values. Alright, now we have everything that we need. I will just delete it. Almost 1 hour right? Now another 10-15 minutes we will give it to the dashboard. So where we have the dashboard icon, so I just click over here and dashboard is here. So let's first start adjusting the space. All right, just give me 1 minute and here we go. Okay, so width is, let's adjust the width. I think this much is okay, and maybe this is the height, right? And make sure it is under floating, because for a beginners, I think for a complex layout like this, floating is good. If you use style, you really need to have a mastery on the containers, then only you can do it. And that is something very specifically I teach it in my advanced dashboard course as to how to use the tiled layout. So first thing first, we need any one of the container because we need a background color. So what I'll do is I'll just take this container which is horizontal. You can take horizontal or vertical, doesn't really matter in case of a vertical layout. In case of a floating layout container situation or a floating layout dashboard situation. So we have this, right? And what we can do is when this container is selected, I can choose this color which is background. Now the background color is this, okay? And then what do we have is, first thing first is the dashboard name. So that is Superstore Sales Dashboard, current month and previous month, okay? And then what I'll do is I will just format this to Tableau bold, and I'll call it what, 20. This one I will tone it down with semi-bold and maybe 12. Click OK, and I will move this up on the canvas here. All right, so we have the dashboard title with us, right? Maybe one thing we may want to do is we want to increase the size of this as well to, let's say, 20, so there is a clear, sign over here. Okay, perfect. And once we have done this, the next thing is bringing the KPI. So we have the revenue KPI over here. Let's move it a little bit and move this up. All of this we can easily do it because we are in a floating layout. Otherwise, style layout, you won't be able to do it because you need to choose container in each and every case. Okay. All right. And then we have revenue current month, previous month situation. Right click, hide the title. And what we can do is we can align it, this chart. Okay, I think this much is good. Only thing is we can move this up a little bit. So all of this alignment we can easily do either with the help of this, or we can go in layout. We can change the X and Y position, width and height. So with that we can move it wherever we want. I think I can move it over here, and then it looks like it is one big part of this dashboard. Okay, so we have this. Then what we can do is, to give some space, I use blank. So I bring the blank object and I'll just align it so that we have some space, and I will call this also white. Okay, so you can see that we need to merge it with this. Okay, so it looks like it is a separate component, but looks like it is part of this. And then what we can do is we can bring this, which is the next component, over here, and I will just expand this maybe till here, and I will hide this title, and we are good. So you can see that our first part is ready. Now the two other KPIs, which is the profit KPI. Yeah, so our layout is still here. So what we can do is we can move it inside it. Yeah, this much is fine. And what we can do is, yeah, this much is okay. So we have profit KPI, and we have profit KPI and the bars. So bars, profit current month and previous month. Yeah, and what we need to do is we need to align it a little bit, at least, so that it is all part of one thing. And then in layout, width, something we can change it to 200. Okay, we can bring it down more, so that way, it is proper. So we have this, we will make it under layout, we will make it white. We have this under layout, we will make it white. Yeah, and right click and hide the title. All right, so same thing, we have to do it for quantity KPI as well. Let's bring it up in alignment with this. Okay, bring it maybe till here, and then CM and PM. All right, yeah, and till here, and in layout I can choose this. So the width is 181. Same thing I can do 181, and then I can right click, hide the title. Yeah. The only thing which I will do is I will bring it down. This one I will make it white, so that we can adjust both these easily. Okay, so we are good here. As you can see, we have this chart properly displayed. So once we have done this, then what I'll do is we have this order category chart which is present over here. The only thing which I will do is move it to entire view from here, and I think this much is good enough. Yeah, and in layout I will make it white so that it is a white sheet. And then what I can do is I can, yeah, one thing which I need to do is reduce the size like this much at least, and then move order classification towards here, and make it also white. Okay, and yeah, move it down a little bit and move this up so that it aligns, and on the left hand side a little bit. Yeah, so we have this. Only thing is we have to move size down, and it looks like one component. Okay, then what we have is the same next one, which is ship note. Let's give it some space, and let's make it entire view, make it all white, and move it up till here, and yeah, as much as I think. Okay, and then what we can do is we can bring this up, layout all white, yeah, and move this up till here, move it up till here, so that everything is in alignment. Okay, only thing is, since it is duplication of titles, hide that, right click, hide that, and we are good. Yeah, and then what we'll do finally, we have top selling products. Yeah, this much space is good. We have bottom selling product, think this much spacing is good. We have this. All right, we have top selling this one. We will call it entire view, but we will bring it down till here, and we will make it also 10 semi-bold and blue and okay, and we will call it white background for the sheet, and yeah, so that should be it. Only thing is bringing the filters at the top, right? So what I can do is I can go to any of the chart like this one, and what do we have is the customer segment. We can take any filter that we want. In this case, what I'm taking is the segment filter. Yeah, all and okay. And other than segment, what I want to take is which I can then apply on any of the maybe the region. Yeah, all and okay. Then I go to dashboard, come over here, filters and segment. So segment filter is here. I can move it up. Come over here, multiple values drop down. Yeah, and I'll come again here, filters, and I say region. Again, region is here. Multiple values drop down, and I'll move this here a little bit, and I'll move it here. Yeah, and move this, and I move this so that it is all in alignment. Okay. All right. And then I need to go here in this drop down, apply to worksheet, all using this data source. Apply to worksheet, all using this data source. So what will happen is, if I want only the consumer piece, the consumer is there. If I want consumer and corporate, both are here. I only want corporate, only corporate is here. Home office and corporate is here. And if I need only corporate is here. So all of that basically gives us. The only thing is, it is not working on some of these charts. And do you know why? You remember the context filter? So you need to apply the context filter for segment and region both to get the values, because what it will do is that first it will bring all the values and then apply the top condition. Right now what it is doing, first it is applying the top condition and then seeing how many you have it for consumer. So if you have only 2 consumers who are in the first top 2 category compared to the entire data set, then it will bring it. What we need to do is we need to bring it down or reduce it to the selected filter over here. So as you can see, in close to 12-13 minutes, we have created this entire dashboard, and overall it took us around 1 hour 15 minutes to create this. So I hope you really enjoyed this session, and by creating this entire dashboard. Let me know what your choices and preferences are, and a specific dashboard if you want me to create, let's say for finance or supply chain or any of this thing. I'm really looking for it. If you want me to recreate any dashboard, feel free to comment it. And like always, if you need more advanced training, then feel free to contact me and join my trainings. With that, thank you so much. I'll meet you in the new video with a new topic.